National Security Advisor Ajit Doval says that terrorism has become state policy of Pakistan. Addressing the National Conference of ATS and STF in New Delhi, Doval says it's very important to fight the support system of terrorism to combat it. The DGNIA says that there is 90% conviction rate in cases probed by the NIA. In a major step towards bringing normalcy back in Jammu and Kashmir, postpaid mobile services restored from today across the state. Services restored in all 10 districts of Kashmir. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says that the process for banks' merger is going on very smoothly. Addressing the media after meeting CEOs of public sector banks, the finance minister says government has worked on many fronts like GST, IBC, use of Aadhaar for last mile connection. On issue of PMC bank scam, the minister says the RBI governor has assured that interests of customers will be kept intact. The Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan urges the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and the GST Council to make a beginning by bringing aviation turbine fuel and natural gas under the ambit of goods and services tax. The Supreme Court rejects public interest litigation seeking linking of social networking platforms like Facebook and Twitter with Aadhaar, says that since the matter is being heard by the Madras High Court, there is no need for the Apex Court to intervene in it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address poll rally at Faridabad, while BJP President Amit Shah will hold 3 public meetings in Haryana. The BJP leader Rajnath Singh to hold rallies in Maharashtra. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi to also campaign in Haryana. The King of Netherlands, Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. The royal couple accorded a ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan. And in sports, the former India captain Sourav Ganguly is the front runner for the BCCI president's post. Ganguly files his nomination for the top BCCI post. And in news that's just coming in, well, the Indian origin economist Abhijit Banerjee is one of the co-winners of the 2019 Nobel Prize for Economics. Esther Duflo and Michael Kremer also share the Nobel with the experimental approach for their experimental approach in alleviating global poverty. The research conducted by the 2019 economic science laureates had considerably improved our ability to fight global poverty. In just 2 decades, their new experimental-based approach has transformed development economics, which is now a flourishing field of research. The prize was created by Riksbanken, the Swedish central bank, in 1968, and the first winner was selected a year later. And well, Abhijit Vinayak Banerjee is also married, in fact, to Esther Duflo. So it's a husband and wife team who have managed to take this year's Nobel Prize in Economics. And Arun Sharma is on the phone line with us. Well, Arun, this is an important acknowledgement of the global fight against poverty, that it also requires, economic policies to be put in place and economic theories to be put in place. And, Abhijit Banerjee taking the prize in economics, the Nobel Prize, is a clear indication of that.
Well, that's right. And not only Abhijit Banerjee, 3 important persons related to economic science, that is Abhijit Banerjee, Esther Duflo, and Michael Kremer. All 3 of them have worked really hard as far as the poverty is concerned, and how can poverty be alleviated as far as the sustainable development goals of all the global countries are concerned. So now the research was conducted by the 2019 Economic Sciences Laureate and has considerably improved our ability to fight global poverty. So whatever their researches are as of now, I mean, this is a combined award, the Nobel Award given in economics, given to these three economists, primarily Abhijit Banerjee, Esther Duflo, and Michael Kremer. So now, as primarily globally, each and every country as of now is trying to combat the poverty. The focus is on poverty alleviation. So the research will play an important role as far as meeting the Sustainable Development Goals target. Now, let me tell you, Mark, that the research conducted by the 2019 Economic Science Laureate has considerably improved our ability to fight global poverty. That's an important part. Now, in just 2 decades, there are 2 experiments primarily. They've conducted many experiments as far as poverty is concerned. So the new experiment-based approach has transformed the developmental economics, which is now flourishing field of research. So there are primarily many researches going on as to how can poverty be alleviated. Now India has also taken a lead role. Mark, if you would let me recall that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we have seen that in last 5 years, close to 3 million people have come out of poverty. That's the report of UN. So these kind of researches plays an important role whenever statistically data is being used, whenever statistically research are being conducted. A country like India with a population of 130 crore, and out of that, when the data comes in, that more than 3 million people have been have come out of poverty. So these kind of data and research plays an important role as far as bringing people out of poverty. And developing countries like India, I mean underdeveloped countries like the countries from African country, for these countries, it's an important research done by Abhijit Banerjee, Esther Duflo, and Michael Kremer. It was a very long time this research was going on, but now finally they're getting the award for this, the achievement to alleviate poverty.
Thanks, Arun, for those inputs. And in fact, as I had already earlier said, that Abhijit Banerjee is actually married to Esther Duflo, so it's a double win for the two of them. But let's go across now live to Haryana, and Rahul Gandhi is addressing a rally in Nuh in Haryana.
यूनिवर्सिटी का दर्जा देना, तीसरा कोटला लेक एक्सपेंशन और चौथा मेवात कनाल। मैं आपको यहां झूठे वायदे करने नहीं आया हूं, मगर मैं आपको डायरेक्ट सीधा बोल रहा हूं, हरियाणा में कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार बनी तो ये काम चारों हो जाएंगे। ये थी काम की बात। अब थोड़ी मन की बात करता हूं। शैलजा जी ने सही कहा, विचारधारा की लड़ाई है। इस देश में अलग अलग जात के लोग रहते हैं, अलग धर्म के लोग रहते हैं, अमीर लोग, गरीब लोग, युवा, बुजुर्ग सब रहते हैं एक साथ। और इन सब लोगों को हम हिंदुस्तान कहते हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी सबकी पार्टी है और हमारा काम लोगों को जोड़ने का है। बीजेपी और आरएसएस का काम, जो पहले अंग्रेज करते थे, देश को तोड़ने का काम, एक व्यक्ति को दूसरे व्यक्ति से लड़ाने का काम, गरीब को अमीर से, हिंदू को मुसलमान से, महाराष्ट्र के लोगों को हरियाणा के लोगों से, जहां भी ये जाते हैं किसी ना किसी को लड़ा के वापस निकलते हैं। और नतीजा आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, नतीजा दिख रहा है। अर्थव्यवस्था की धज्जियां उड़ गई। किसी भी प्रदेश में चले जाओ, मैं कुछ दिन पहले गुजरात में था, कल महाराष्ट्र में था, और वहां किसी से पूछ लो, भैया बताओ काम कैसा चल रहा है। छोटे दुकानदार के यहां चले जाओ, पूछो भैया क्या हो रहा है। छोटी फैक्ट्री में चले जाओ, मीडियम साइज बिजनेस में चल, बड़े उनको छोड़ो, सबसे बड़े उद्योगपतियों से पूछो काम कैसा चल रहा है आपको सबके सब बताएंगे। भैया बेड़ा गर्क हो गया, यहां पे तो सत्यानाश कर दिया नरेंद्र मोदी, मार दिया, खत्म कर दिया। पहले नोटबंदी, आप सबसे कहा काले धन के खिलाफ लड़ाई है, सबको लाइन में खड़ा किया, कहा था काले धन की लड़ाई है। लाइन में आप लोग खड़े, हिंदुस्तान का किसान खड़ा, युवा खड़ा, बेरोजगार खड़ा, माताएं बहनें खड़ी। उस लाइन में आपने अनिल अंबानी को देखा था क्या? खड़ा था क्या? वो अदानी खड़ा था उसमें? एक काले धन वाला उस लाइन में नहीं खड़ा। आपके जेब में से पैसा निकाला, लाखों करोड़ रुपए नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आपके जेब से निकाला, नीरव मोदी, मेहुल चोकसी, अंबानी, अदानी इनकी जेब में डाला। वहां नहीं रुके। उसके बाद गब्बर सिंह टैक्स, जो बचा था वो भी आपके जेब से निकाल दिया। 5 अलग अलग टैक्स, 28% टैक्स। यहां कोई है जो कह सकता है हां जीएसटी से मुझे फायदा हुआ है? कोई एक यहां पे है आदमी? एक आदमी को फायदा नहीं हुआ। हिंदुस्तान के 15-20 सबसे अमीर अरबपतियों को फायदा हुआ, वो जीएसटी चाहते हैं। छोटे दुकानदार, मिडिल साइज बिजनेस, स्मॉल बिजनेस सब खत्म हो गए। क्यों? क्योंकि नरेंद्र मोदी उनका बिजनेस हिंदुस्तान के सबसे अमीर 15-20 लोगों को देना चाहते हैं। आप अपने आप को देशभक्त कहते हो, अगर आप देशभक्त हो तो यह समझाओ कि हिंदुस्तान की जो पब्लिक सेक्टर की कंपनियां हैं, जो पूंजी है हिंदुस्तान की, उसको आप अपने अरबपति मित्रों को क्यों दे रहे हो, क्यों बेच रहे हो?
That was the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi there addressing an election rally in New in Haryana. Now moving on to our next story, voting for the Maharashtra and Haryana legislative assemblies is due next week, and leaders of all political parties are holding rallies in favor of their party candidates. The Prime Minister also will address an election rally in Faridabad. Voting for Haryana Assembly elections, as we said, will be held on October 21, and the counting of votes will be on October 24. The National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has stressed on the need to fight the ideology of terrorists to defeat them. He was addressing the National Investigation Agency's National Conference of Chiefs of Anti-Terrorism Squads and Special Task Forces in New Delhi. The NSA said that terrorism is not a new thing. He credited the NIA for being able to contain terror activities in the country.
The first and the most vital is to know who is the terrorist. What is he planning? Who are his targets? Where is he getting his weapons? Where is he stored them? Who is giving them money? Who are their overground supporters? Which are the countries, if at all there are any foreign sponsored terrorism? And we know that today terrorism is one of the phenomena that is supported and gets its support and sustenance from the sources abroad. So it is very important first to know what terrorism.
And Ajit Doval also said that terrorism is finding support from outside the country. He said that Pakistan has been using terrorism as part of its state policy.
Say, if in some place the police is supporting an underworld man, how difficult it becomes to handle it. It becomes a very great challenge. Or somebody powerful is supporting. When some powerful people start supporting, a state starts supporting the criminals, and some of the states have mastered their this thing and that. And here, in our case, the Pakistan has made it as a part of its, as an instrument of state policy.
And in his address, the NIA Director General Yogesh Chandra Modi said that there is a 90% conviction rate in cases probed by the NIA so far. He further said that the NIA has issued an alert to states and union territories over terror attacks. The NIA has shared a list of 125 suspects with the concerned states.
अब तक के मामलों में हमारा कन्विक्शन रेट 90% रहा है, जो कि एनआईए के द्वारा जांच संबंधी कार्यों की क्वालिटी का एक उदाहरण है। एक जांच एजेंसी के तौर पर इस मुकाम तक पहुंचने के लिए एनआईए के अधिकारियों व कार्मिकों के साथ राज्यों के पुलिस बलों का महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा है। आतंकवाद की जड़ तक पहुंचने के लिए हम सभी विभिन्न एजेंसियों एवं राज्य पुलिस बलों के साथ कटिबद्ध हैं और दर्ज किए मामलों में प्रभावी तरीके से कानूनी कार्रवाई को पूर्ण करना हमारा मूल मंत्र है।
Postpaid mobile services have been restored in the remaining areas of Jammu and Kashmir. The move comes barely days after the centre issued an advisory opening the valley for tourists. And earlier, schools followed by colleges were reopened, and then landline phones were also earlier made fully operational. So restrictions were imposed after the centre had on August 5 abrogated the state's special status and bifurcated it into the union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, and these union territories will come into being, in fact, later this month on the 31st. But addressing a program in the state, the Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik said that very soon internet services too will be restored in the valley. Let's listen to him.
टेलीफोन के जरिए ही टेररिज्म की एक्टिविटी बढ़ाई जाती है, मोबिलाइजेशन होता है, इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन होता है। हमारे लिए इन कश्मीरी भाई की जान जरूरी थी, टेलीफोन जरूरी नहीं था। और हमने कामयाबी के साथ सब लोगों की जान बचाई। अब खैर वो टेलीफोन भी खुल गया है, कारोबारी लोग भी आसानी से अपना काम कर सकते हैं, टूरिस्ट ने आना शुरू कर दिया है और अब कोई दिक्कत रहेगी नहीं। जल्दी इंटरनेट भी खुल जाएगा। जब तक इंटरनेट नहीं है, हमने इम्तिहान वाले और बाकी जो लोग हैं उनके लिए सुविधाएं की हैं, कियोस्क खोले हैं, डीसी के यहाँ सुविधा दी है।
People expressed happiness over the restoration of postpaid mobile services in Kashmir.
जो आज ये फ़ोन चालू हुए हैं BSNL या कोई भी पोस्ट पेड सिम, तो बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रही है आज, क्योंकि फिर हमें एक दूसरे के साथ बात करनी है।
आज हमें बहुत खुशी हुई है कि नेटवर्क चालू हो गया है और हम आशा करते हैं ये ऐसे ही बरकरार बनी रहे।
And continuing efforts to increase credit disbursement, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held a meeting with the heads of public sector banks to take stock of the recent steps taken by government, including the first phase of the outreach program across over 200 districts during the festive season. And addressing the media, the Finance Minister informed that Corporate Affairs Ministry has a complete list of companies which stated that they owe the MSMEs nearly 40,000 crore rupees. The Secretary Corporate Affairs, Secretary Banking will ensure that the data is desegregated and is given to these banks.
The Corporate Affairs Ministry has a complete list of companies which have stated that they owe MSMEs only, nearly 40,000 crores. That is disclosed by these companies in the MCA website itself. What we've requested banks to, both Secretary Corporate Affairs and Secretary Banking will ensure that the data in all disaggregated form is given to these banks, and the banks shall make an attempt to approach every one of these MSMEs and ask them if they wanted discount, bill discounting, because that's openly claimed by the companies.
And on the matter of banks merger, the Finance Minister said that everything is going smoothly. The bank boards, they have all come on board and they have taken the necessary steps to take the process forward smoothly.
Of banks, everything is going smoothly. The bank boards have they've taken the necessary steps to keep that process going smoothly. Over and above that, there was one discussion on the IBC related issues.
And speaking on the issue of the PMC Bank, the Finance Minister said that the RBI Governor has given an assurance that he'll be keeping the interests of customers in mind, and also at the earliest will try to resolve the issue.
The Reserve Bank repeatedly has assured me, even today the governor has assured me, that he will keep the interest of the customers in mind and at the earliest try to resolve it as he goes on with it. You also know the ED has confiscated quite a lot of properties, and those of course will have to go through the process of the court, the judiciary, the PMLA Act and so on. But the fact remains is government has been on its toes in terms of bringing the assets of these promoters of the bank, ED getting them and attaching them, and making sure that the government or the process will not suffer for want of enough assets which can eventually help in paying back the customers.
And briefing the media as well, the Finance Secretary Rajiv Kumar said that around 81,781 crore rupees disbursement has been made in just 9 days of loan mela by PSBs during the outreach program.
Outreach program was conducted before the Durga Puja, and in those camps from 1st to 9th October, an amount of rupees 81,781 was disbursed in the camps and in the branches.
In those 9 days?
In those 9 days.
And the Finance Secretary also said that they saw robust demand during the loan outreach program, and around 34,342 crore rupees of fresh loans have been given for new enterprises. A huge demand from housing, MSME, etc. has also been noticed.
New term loan was 34,342 crores. So I also attended a camp, 34,342 crores.
Repeat both the numbers once.
So 81,781 crores in 9 days in the outreach programs in those places plus through the branches, and of which 34,342 crores was for the new entrepreneurs. And there was sufficient demand which was seen at the ground level for housing, for personal loans, for small loans, traders loans, everyone.
The Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today urged the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and the GST Council to make a beginning by bringing aviation turbine fuel and the natural gas under the ambit of GST. And he was addressing the India Energy Forum, and the Petroleum Minister said that the government is focusing on making India a low-carbon economy. Let's listen to him.
On this occasion, I have appealed to the Honorable Finance Minister to look into this concern of our industry. At least natural gas and ATF. In India, aviation industry is emerging and growing in a double-digit, moving towards double-digit growth. And natural gas, where Prime Minister is very conscious about to provide cheap and clean energy to all its citizens. Through our CGD initiative, we are going to cover 70% of Indian population. Looking into that, we have appealed to the Honorable Finance Minister, at least ATF and natural gas should come in the ambit of GST. So,
the Supreme Court has rejected a public interest litigation seeking linking of social networking platforms like Facebook and Twitter with Aadhaar. The Apex Court observed that a similar matter is pending before the Madras High Court. The top court was hearing a petition filed by Facebook to transfer the cases being heard in the High Courts of Madras, Bombay and Madhya Pradesh in connection with the linking of social media profiles with Aadhaar. And in its transfer petition, in fact, Facebook had said that the cases pending in these high courts involved similar questions of law, and it should be heard by the Supreme Court to avoid conflicting judgments. So the former India captain Sourav Ganguly has filed his nomination papers for the post of the President of the Board of Cricket Control in India. And he was joined by the former BCCI presidents Niranjan Shah, N. Srinivasan and the former IPL chairman Rajiv Shukla at the BCCI headquarters. The BCCI elections were scheduled to be held on October 23. But with Sourav Ganguly being the only candidate to file his nominations for the top post of Indian cricket, he is set to be elected unopposed. A consensus between the state units of the BCCI was built during an unofficial meeting on Sunday. Ganguly was unanimously accepted as the presidential candidate by the representatives of the state units.
बीसीसीआई के प्रेसिडेंट के तौर और पिछले 3 साल से बीसीसीआई में एक ऐसा सिचुएशन था जैसे आप इमरजेंसी कह सकते हैं, तो उसको ओवरकम किए सारे मेंबर्स ने। और ये जो टीम आई है, जो 8 लोगों का नाम राजीव जी ने अनाउंस किया, उनके साथ मिलके बीसीसीआई को पहले जैसा लाएंगे। बिकॉज देयर इज लॉट ऑफ वर्क टू डू, यू नो, इंडियन क्रिकेट, especially administration, has to be the best in the world, and that's how it has been over the years. For the last 3 years, as you all know, as I said, it was a type of an emergency situation, and hopefully it's going to be normal and smooth functioning from here now on.
And with that, we conclude this bulletin. Thank you very much for being with us. Namaskar.